Hi everyone, this is Dr. V.S. Nishok from SNS College of Technology. Here we are going to see the topic RISC and CISC machines. So what is RISC machines? Reduced Instruction Set Architecture is abbreviated as RISC. The fundamental goal of RISC is to make hardware simpler by employing an instruction set that consists of only a few basic steps used for evaluating, loading, and storing operations. The load command loads data and the store command stores the data. Characteristics of the RISC. It has simpler instruction, more general purpose register. The instruction takes only one clock cycle in order to get executed. The instruction comes under the size of a single word. Pipeline can be easily achieved. Few data types. Simpler addressing modes. The examples of RISC processors are Pentium 4, Intel P6, AMD K6 and K7. And coming to the advantages, simpler instructions, faster execution and low power consumption. And then about disadvantages of RISC, more instructions are required, increased memory usage and higher cost. Then complex instruction set architecture, that is abbreviated as CISC. The main idea is that a single instruction will do all loading, evaluating and storing operation, just like a multiplication command will do stuff like loading data, evaluating and storing it, hence it's complex. Characteristics of CISC. Instructions are complex and thus it has complex instruction decoding. The instructions may take more than one clock cycle in order to get executed. The instruction is larger than one word size. Less general purpose registers since the operation gets performed only in the memory. More data types. Complex addressing modes. Examples of CISC processors are Intel 386 and 486, and then Pentium 1, 2 and 3, and Motorola 68000 version. The advantages of CISC: reduced code size, widely used and more memory efficient. Disadvantages of the CISC architecture: slower execution, more complex design, higher power consumption. So here are the main difference between the CISC and RISC system. So coming to the RISC, reduced instruction cycle, it is a reduced instruction cycle, whereas CISC is abbreviated as a complex instruction cycle. So in RISC, it is simple and limited addressing modes are available, whereas in CISC architecture, complex and more addressing modes are available. Comparably, low power is consumed in RISC when compared to the CISC, complex instruction set architecture. And then RISC architecture requires more RAM when comparing to the complex instruction set architecture. And an example, suppose we need to add two different 8-bit numbers. CISC approach, there would be a single instruction or command for this, such as add, that would perform the task. RISC approach, in this case, the programmer would write the very first load command in order to load the data in the register. Then it would use a suitable operator and store the obtained result in the location that is desired. The add operation here is divided into parts, namely operate, load and store. Due to this, RISC programs are more longer and they require more memory to get stored. So here are the few assessment questions to recap the today's topic. So does RISC architecture simple or complex? RISC architecture are always simple in individual instruction that aims for faster execution and efficient pipelining. How memory is accessed in CISC? Memory is accessed in CISC by allowing direct memory to memory operations that helps in reducing the need for explicit register handling. So in our today's topic, we have seen about the RISC architecture and CISC architecture. What is the main difference between the RISC and CISC architecture, and we have seen about the characteristics of RISC architecture individually and the characteristics of the CISC architecture, along with the advantages of both RISC and CISC architectures. So these are the two architectures that we will use in embedded systems. Okay, thank you. We can see in the next video.